Cristiano, welcome, and thanks for having me here on the East Coast.
Oh, very happy you're here with us. This is great, and great opportunity to talk to you about automotive.
I want to talk about automotive, but I want to start broad because the markets are reacting this morning to the Fed's interest rate hike yesterday. Concerns about what that does to growth. And today you're going to be talking about growth. So what's the impact, even in the automotive market, of interest rates going higher and perhaps global growth slowing down?
Look, let's just break that down. We are seeing a lot of uncertainty out there. I think we mentioned that during the last earnings call. We're tracking the data, probably the same data you're tracking, and we'll see what happens within the short term. Now, the important thing about the Qualcomm story, Qualcomm's really a long-term story, and automotive is a great example of that. The fundamentals of our transformation are now in place, and I cannot think of something better than automotive to talk about the diversification of the company. Specifically on the short term on auto, we have seen that there's still some pent-up demand for automotive because of they are starting to recover from the supply chain constraints. But the story for Qualcomm is really about the future semiconductor business in the automotive industry.
And I think it was something like 38% growth in automotive that you reported last quarter. It's been part of the overall growth story and sort of newer categories that are growing. Kind of traditionally at these investor days, you've updated total addressable market, maybe what's happening in the platform. Is this a significant event that you're having here today? We're expecting news later on today.
That's a significant event, and I want to think about this event. It's probably like Qualcomm graduation in the automotive space is becoming one of the largest suppliers of technology for the automotive industry. It's a dedicated event for auto. I think we have been saying that Qualcomm is changing from being a mobile communications company, the connected computer company for the edge, and the automotive is just front and center of that. And yes, you should expect that we're going to make an update into our design win pipeline. Last earnings call, we updated that to about $19 billion. We're going to provide further updates today. And if anything, it's probably a reflection. What you're going to see in the event today is a reflection that the automotive industry is really embracing Qualcomm solutions.
I think that's an important kind of contrast. What's happening in the stock market, and we started the show talking about the difference between what's happening with businesses and what's happening with stocks. Sometimes there's that disconnect in the short term, but in the long term, it's important. So to what degree are you seeing car companies eager to invest in future platforms even during this time period? Is there a pullback on deals closing, things like that? Or is it far enough out that they're saying, no, we've got to do this?
It's absolute, all systems go. It's not related to what we're seeing in the short term. Yes, there's uncertainty in the short term, but like Qualcomm, which is really a long-term story, the automotive companies know that they have to become a technology company. The car is going to be a connected computer on wheels. And companies know the digital choices, which has actually been made at CEO level, is so important for the future. They need to move fast to this new automotive industry, and that's why partnerships with companies like Qualcomm becomes very important.